Hey guys, welcome back. Dan here from Your Guitar Academy, and I'm here again with the amazing people at Guitar Control to take you through some fingerstyle lessons. Now, last time I showed you how to do this. Okay, and in this video we're going to be moving on to the next chord. Okay, so there's lots to be studying, but let's just first remind ourselves of the track that we're trying to play. Alright, so as I said in the first video, it's so important that we take it chord by chord, explain the ideas, explain the theory, and more importantly, really dial in on what I'm doing with my right hand. There's no better way of learning fingerstyle than by learning songs that use fingerstyle. It really is, because there's no like one size fits all with fingerstyle. You have to just basically get comfortable with your fingers being on the strings, okay? And to do that, it's really good to kind of work through a song so you have some kind of like grounding of this is what I'm trying to get at here. Otherwise, you'll just be sitting there for hours just doing, you know, exercises, which could be get a little boring, shall we say. So I really like actually doing it with songs, and remember that, you know, we've got full fingerstyle courses over on the website, and there'll be links in the description for that, where you can actually learn this fully with the master that is Thomas McConville, okay, one of our amazing tutors. So let's just go through the second chord here. So we've just done the G, and now we're going to go like this. Oh. Do that again so it's really clear. And a bit slower. Okay. So I wanted to really highlight this particular one because I wanted to show you a slightly different way of doing the fingerstyle. So it's less like bouncy and moving. This is much more like a deliberate, you know, like arpeggiated movement. And also it's got a little bit of a flashy flick, and it really teaches us how to start adding chords as we play, rather than have the whole chord box down and then play. We don't need to do that. So again, what we're doing here is we're kind of starting with the idea of the melody. So we've worked our way up from this, and the melody I want here is, so it's literally an arpeggio. The melody is literally an arpeggio of the chord with a really cool little flick. I'm very much using that G major scale, okay, so because we're in the key of G, we're using the G major scale, and fundamentally this is just an A minor chord, which is of course the second degree in the key of G major. So this is so far 1, 2 progression, so as in the first chord and the second chord of the key. So let's get into the actual, the meat of this, okay, what we're doing. So all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with this pull off on the 3rd fret to the open string. So literally a pull off, I pluck the string and I pull it down and away. But I physically, I kind of literally pluck the string with this finger. This is plucking the string. Look, I'm attacking I'm not just taking the finger off, but nothing happens if I take the finger off. But if I pluck the string, you know, I actually get that note, okay? So I'm doing a pull-off, but at the same time, crucially, so I am plucking that with my 2nd finger. It can be 3rd, but I'm going to use 2nd. I'm also going to do the open A string. So I get that. So again, really we're coming back to that same idea of plucking 2 at the same time on 1 beat, which we did in the first bar. But this one's just a little bit more complicated because we've got to establish that pull-off as well. So just practice that for a little bit. Then we're going to be looking at moving the arpeggio down through this A minor chord. Now look at how I do it in real life. Okay. So you can see I'm adding as I go. I'm not going like this and adding the chord really quickly before I hit the strings. Don't need to do that. And if anything, that's going to be a worse sound because you might hear the kind of chord hammer on and you don't want that. So we can get used to this motion of just going, that's the flat third, there's the root, and there's the fifth. So just get used to doing that. Simple. You can hear it, right? So that's where we want to get at. So in terms of, if I just took the right hand out of it completely, it will look like this. Oh, sorry. Now, obviously, I'm not hearing a huge amount of that because I'm not doing anything with my right hand, but that's what we're doing with the left hand, okay? Now, with the right hand, I want you to use when you hit the B string, you're going to use your second finger. When you hit the G string, you're going to use your first finger, and thumb is on the D string. Okay, so all together we get this. And again. And again. So let's just put that in time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. So down 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. And now what I recommend doing, once you kind of feel like you've got that to an extent, is put it together with the G as well. That's where it's going to start to get more fiddly. Okay, so let me just do that for you slow. Okay, I'll do it again. 4. And again. Almost. Okay. You'll notice at a slower speed, sometimes I do change up the right hand. It can be quite flexible, but when I'm at the normal speed, you know, that's where the muscle memory really kicks into what the right hand should be doing, what feels comfortable. So that's the part. That's what we've got up to now. And just trust me, guys, it's not easy. Okay, it might look relatively simple. It might sound relatively simple, but it's fiddly. On the guitar, fiddly can be the worst thing. So it's fiddly. You're dealing with a lot of different strings. You're dealing with open chord shapes. You're dealing with little melodies within it. This is not easy by any means. Okay, so I just want to just throw that out there. Don't be beating yourself up if you're thinking this should be easy. No, 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 no. It is what it is. We just got to learn it, okay? There's no should. You know, it took me years to kind of get this kind of stuff together. It was so different to the normal kind of blues rock kind of stuff that I was doing at the time. So if this is your first time dabbling in the world of fingerstyle guitar, then this is going to be a big mountain to climb. But just really focusing on that G and that A minor, just loop it, go round and round it, do it in front of the TV, just kind of zonk out, as well as having the times where you're also really focused in on it. That way you develop both parts of it. And yeah, and it will start to come together, I promise you. It will start to come together, it will just take time, okay? So have some fun with that, get those two things down. Remember that you can click the link below in the description to actually get the tab and the workbook for this, as well as checking out our fingerstyle acoustic courses in a bundle, which you can get if you're really serious, if you really want to learn fingerstyle guitar and you kind of want to just take it further than this and learn in a full course structure, that's there for you as well. Anyway, I'll see you in the next lesson.